at Live. It's your girl, Pretty Dawn Montique, and Dr. Joy Pre-PhD. We are here to talk about the Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 7, Don't Rock the Boat. I think Dee is coming here soon. Callie is not available. We will miss her. But we're here for you. How are you, Joy? How are you,
I
Joy?
am doing pretty good. How are you?
I am good. I am good. Are you ready for the holidays?
I mean, I'm ready for the break. Like
I am
tomorrow is my
too.
last day until the second, and I'm dragging in there tomorrow. Like I don't want to.
Yeah.
Look, I'm I'm like that meme. I'm sitting in the car. I don't want nobody to say nothing
Nothing.
to me.
I'm the same way. I can't wait. I'm going back the third, I think. I can't wait for the break. Okay, but anyway, so everything we say is allegedly our opinion, entertainment purposes only. We're here to have some fun. We will rate the episode. We'll kind of see if D's coming on, and I'm
And
going to share it out.
this is Potomac, Real Housewives of
I already
Potomac.
said that, Joy.
Did the season 8, episode 7,
Yes.
Don't Rock the Boat? Where was
Joy don't be.
I?
Yes,
I was
honey.
sharing. I was trying to. I shared.
He was sharing with D. That's why. Yes, I've said it all, honey. When you put it up there, that helps me out. I love it because I can see it. I'm gonna add D to it. We're gonna rate it. Oh, he's the Prince of Bravo. Joy, you the doctor. So yeah, and then I'm the princess.
He the prince of Bravo.
And I'm the princess, and you the doctor. So we all got a title, honey. If you ain't know, we got a title. Okay. We are titled up. How you doing, D?
I'm doing fabulous.
Fantabulous.
How are you guys?
Good.
Joy, did you see what I sent in the group chat? I had a feeling you would love that.
Which one?
When Sutton was like, answer it. Answer it.
I see that.
And Kyle was in her confession. She was like, this is kind of feeling like deja vu again. And then they hit a flashback to the name them.
I have to watch it. I have to watch it.
Funny.
Yes, and there was like deja vu because it was like Sutton was doing it all over again. Answer my question. Do we try to answer it? Answer the question then. Answer it.
One of the things that we both agree on very well is if you listen to Sutton, like take away all the emotion, she has emotional intelligence. How she deals,
because I definitely think she was trying to piss. I think she was trying to piss Dorit off 100% by doing that because Dorit was getting visibly angry.
Yeah. Okay, but we're doing Potomac right now.
Yeah. There was a little chat stick moment.
That was the chat stick.
Oh, is that our chat stick moment?
Yeah, because nothing else really nothing really went on, honestly, on the internet so far this week.
Y'all interview. I guess we could talk about it next.
We'll talk
about the interview with Carlos King and Quad.
I didn't watch it. We can talk about that when we do Married to Medicine next. Okay.
I love how Carlos was giving it to Heavenly in their little interview. Because girl,
I didn't watch that either.
But yes, it was cool. I give it like a 6.
All right, Joy. What about you?
This was a good episode. I like Potomac when it's not toxic, and I would give it, just to answer it, I'll give it a 7.5.
I will too. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I thought it was good. I didn't understand the bingo of it all, but we'll get into that. But other than that,
I thought the chicken bingo, child.
Yeah,
I wonder why they do such a poor job of. I ain't gonna say a poor job. Are they trying to be common? Is that it?
Possibly. So that could have been our moment, because didn't someone say that Potomac is like the low budget Housewives? Wasn't there like some kind of tweet about that?
They all know.
I feel like they do. I feel like they're doing what normal black people do.
I do too. It doesn't bother me.
But it doesn't bother me either. I do think they treat them like a stepchild, because for whatever reason, Potomac don't get an after show. And I do wonder if it's because I do wonder though.
Have they ever had an after show?
They did. It was that one time, and I think
I do believe with that. I was just gonna say I do believe it was because it was so toxic. Why they put Wendy and Candace together they should have never done, because it was the year that Mia came on.
And that was what?
Because
Yeah, that was 6.
it was whatever year that Mia came on, because I remember saying they should have never did this. All of them were talking about Gordon. I'll never forget that. And how funny, how off the rocker he is. Even a Robyn, for whatever reason, Gordon really took a liking to Robyn. And they didn't show it on the air. They did show whatever the tiff that he had with Ashley, but he was really taken by Robyn. Now, the average woman would be offended, would have made a big deal out of it. This is one of the reasons why I personally like Robyn. Robyn laughed and said, "Yo, this dude is a stripper
connoisseur."
Yeah, that's literally what she said. And he running after old me.
Little old
like,
me.
Because Karen even took it in stride. She wasn't
and he was after Gizelle
Karen
too.
took it in stride. Like,
he likes a light-skinned woman. We will say that.
Yes, he likes light-skinned women. That was obvious.
It was obvious.
Everybody, wait a minute. But the two women that he didn't obviously flirt with was Wendy and Candace. The way that they would go in on him, y'all almost have to see it. It was like positive, funny, positive. And then it would get to Candace and Wendy and be negative. And it was constant the entire after show. Like, if you go back and watch the after show, you understand why Gizelle doesn't talk to Wendy. Because the way that they went in on Gizelle was beyond.
But
everybody isn't
going to
take those type of things in stride, though. Like, some people do find
but they weren't geared toward them. That's the issue. I can understand if Gordon was coming after them. It wasn't. He wasn't. He never said anything. The two girls that he said nothing to had the most negative things to say.
But I mean, everybody doesn't see those type of things. It's funny. I know some people that would.
But it wasn't for you. If I'm not being inappropriate with you, why you have such strong emotions when the women that he came after, it wasn't. My point is, D, you can make up excuses all day long. It wasn't for them. They were negative, and they stayed negative.
I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying they give opinions on the after shows about scenes that don't have anything to do with them.
But that's true, but sometimes you didn't have to come off negative, say, "Child, honey, he wasn't talking to me, so it didn't bother me." That's what normal people would say. They don't sit up there and talk about that girl's husband like that, like he had done something to them. It was crazy. You're talking because you haven't seen it. If it was on YouTube.
It should be on Bravo. Are you on Bravo Insider? It's on there. It should be. We might still have the clips on Chatter Up, honey.
Now they're now showing the after show on Peacock, but they used to just be exclusively on YouTube. But I know it was on YouTube because that's how I used to watch it. If you watch,
who got an after show now? Only Beverly Hills. Atlanta had one.
Yeah, Atlanta had one.
Yeah, and Beverly Hills got one. So
and we don't know. Potomac could get one. I don't think it will.
No, if they were going to get one, it'll already happen.
Yeah, it's 7
episodes. I'm trying. We look cute, honey. I'm looking on my phone. We are very cute today.
Yeah, it was just so negative. I hated that. And I ain't even crazy about Wendy and Candace, but I said, I hate that they put them together. They should have put them with somebody else. Like,
well, who else they going to put them with?
Karen. Well, Karen.
Karen could have been one
of them. Issue with both of them that season. I'm not sure.
It was just so negative. Like, everything that came out of their mouth, it was never funny. It was never a light moment. Every time they went to them, they had negative things to say about everything. And I hate that. Like, I don't even like them.
Well, Gizelle and Candace really ain't never got along. So
that's not true.
They have never really got along. Even when Wendy first came on, they got into it.
When Ashley got that, when Candace got the email or text or whatever regarding Michael being in that hotel room, the first person she went to and told
was Gizelle.
Gizelle was the contact person for everybody in the beginning.
Yes, she was
friends with Ashley.
She was the anchor for probably 5 to 6 seasons.
No, I'm saying she was friends with Ashley, so that's why she went to
A lot
Giselle
of
because
people
they
were
were friends.
friends with Ashley. Why? I
Who
mean,
was?
she could have went to
Well,
a lot
she
of
was
people.
I do believe that Gizelle and
Is the
Ashley were the
closest.
closest to one another. I agree with that point. But my point is, Gizelle was the anchor for years.
Okay.
Especially
So I understood why she did that. But
that's why she went.
Candace was very close to Gizelle as well. They
She
were
was.
all really
I'm
close
not gonna
at
agree with
some
that because
point.
they were definitely arguing literally season 5 because of something that Candace was saying. So,
Season
which
5,
which
Gizelle
was
was
rightfully so.
100% on Candace's side,
I'm
particularly
not
after the
saying
fight.
that. I'm
We're
not saying
talking about
about the fight.
minor stuff. It wasn't anything to alter their real friendship because they were actually friends off camera. I don't know if you watched.
They used to go to stuff. She went
Yeah,
to Candace when Candace was singing. Giselle was there. Karen was not.
yes, she
Giselle went
supported
to her
her.
opening
That's
thing.
not
Like they were
true.
friends. I
All of
think
them.
people who just watch the show and don't go like to Instagram and see them hanging out just have one
Yeah,
look
because
of
I
them.
Giselle
definitely
doesn't
don't. I
use.
definitely do not follow
They
Giselle.
actually were not
That's
friends.
why.
The,
Yeah.
the last year was the first year that they flat out weren't friends. If you go back to Candace, I'm finna go into Candace's mind a little bit. Candace, I'll give her this, appeared to be hurt last year, not because of what Gizelle said, because let's keep it above. What Gizelle said was very minor.
To
She was
you,
hurt because she thought Gizelle was really
Was
her
her
friend.
friend. Yeah. They were
And she
friends.
felt like her real friend would have come to her in real time. And if you remember, Candace said it wasn't what she said. It was because she did it on camera. Candace actually said that out of her mouth.
And they were friends. And I'm gonna tell you another reason why. Because she said, "My husband cooks for you all the time." That means that
Yes.
they hung out.
Yes, they were friends.
You just have to. It's just people have one side when they just watch the show.
And if you go back, this is how I judge friends. Gizelle doesn't use social media like many of them do. Gizelle only posts like if she's at so-and-so's birthday, or if it's her birthday, or if it's her children, she on vacation. She don't use social media to talk about this show other than tune in Sunday at 7 o'clock.
Most of them don't.
So when she posts like at her birthday parties and you look around the table, you see who she's friends with. Like she hasn't played with that. That's how I knew even before we watched season 5 what side Wendy was on, because Wendy used to be at her events. Like her birthday, if you go back to Giselle's 50th birthday party, Wendy was there.
well, I mean, I know that Wendy, they were friends. Her and Wendy were friends,
But
but
so
I
was
just always feel like
Candace.
she tolerated.
She was definitely
Candace.
friends with Candace.
Well, we don't have to argue about it. You don't have to agree. It's fine. All right.
The only person that you never see in her pictures is Karen. But Karen don't really hang with nobody.
Karen don't hang with any of them when they're not filming. But people don't even notice that either.
I mean,
they do not notice that Karen ain't around. Karen don't fool with them. She even told them, "I don't fool with y'all when we
on camera."
She
she actually said it on camera once.
Yes, she did say that. I just always feel like Gizelle tolerated Candace. That's just how I always.
I mean, she probably did because Candace is annoying. She always did say Candace was a fun girl, but you can't really get serious with Candace. I can't take her serious. She's so immature. I mean, I'm a woman of a certain age. Somebody like Candace would drive me insane. If she was even a friend of a friend, I would be that friend and be like, "Is she coming, girl? I have to meet y'all later." Like she's annoying. She's very annoying.
How is she annoying, Joy?
She's emotional. She don't know how to keep herself together.
How do we get on this? How are we even
keep herself? Come on, let's go to the first scene. The first scene is
I'm trying, but you won't let me.
Go ahead.
Got it. I've got my notes. If y'all let me go by my notes, we will have a good show. Okay. So it starts off with the continuation of Robyn versus Candace in the car and the crying of it all. What do you think about the crying of it all? I just need to know. Somebody help me.
That's the example that I talk about, that not only is she immature, in my opinion, she's not even self-aware, because there's no way you're going to sit up here and tell me that though you may be mad at your friend, which happens, Nene has done this too. This is just a lack of maturity because it ain't about age. When you are mad on mad day, you respond like an immature child. You can't constantly go on the internet and say, I should be fired. I am a fraud. I should not be here. We're the two broke girls that don't earn their seats. All of these
Now, I
things.
do agree with that last statement, honey.
Regardless if you agree with it or not, and then tell me you my friend. You are not. You are what my father used to say. My father say, you want to know how people really feel about you? Get them
Get them
mad.
mad or drunk.
Because
Get
when
them
they
drunk or
mad,
mad.
all of what sits on the surface, that's why I knew Wendy never liked Gizelle. Because when you mad at somebody, everything that sits on your brain comes out. And you either make a decision. That also is why I know she don't have no emotional intelligence. You
Oh,
either
look.
make she don't. You either make a decision to ruin or end that friendship, or you walk away. And as upset and as emotional as I am as a person, I have always been able to walk away when there's people that I care about. Period.
So, okay, I just want to know about the crying. Why was she crying? Who knows?
She's immature.
Oh,
Because she
well,
made Robyn's
What is he
situation
going
about
to?
her, which is
She was hurt.
stupid.
Okay, so Tori said she was hurt. Well, Robyn had the right. I don't understand why Candy was crying. So Robyn,
Can I say something?
we were waiting on you. Go ahead.
I was doing something. That's why I had the phone on mute. My bad.
Okay, go ahead. Then I'll talk.
I
Go ahead.
would. Dang, where do I want to start?
At the
I will
beginning.
say this as far as it goes back. I'm answering both questions, then y'all can go.
Okay.
I feel like this. I have been friends with some of my friends for years since we were kids. We didn't grow up together, and I will say this: just because you're friends, well, that does not mean that you're not friends with somebody because you let them have it when you're mad. Like that does not mean that that wasn't your real friend. I have plenty of friends where we've gotten into it and said some very hurtful things to each
You're
other.
toxic. You couldn't be mine.
Okay.
You couldn't be mine. Like for
Well,
real.
I'm just saying, I don't feel like that doesn't mean that you wasn't friends or you
I
didn't like
totally
somebody
disagree.
to
Totally disagree.
begin with because y'all are friends, y'all know things about each other, and it's just like when you get mad and they say something that might hurt your feelings or piss you off, you say something bad back to them. You feel what I'm
Yeah, that's
saying?
what
Like,
immature people. That's how immature people handle situations. You are much younger than me, Dormicio. So I can imagine when I was younger, maybe I did respond. I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm knocking on a certain door, and I don't. I know. By the time I was in my mid-30s, like it's just not how I handle business. My friendships mean something to me. Like they
mine do.
mean
I mean,
something.
mine do too. Now, we're still. I've gotten into it with some of my friends, and we are still friends. Till they would just come back later on and talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm like Joy, and I've never been like that with my friends. If I think I'm gonna get to a point, because I know how I am, and I can get down to the gutter, like to the white meat. So I stop myself because I have done it before, and I was embarrassed because I was ashamed that I
Yeah,
even
I'll
went
be in
there.
there. Yes.
Now,
So
I don't be ashamed
when
at
you have a
all.
friend, you should be able to communicate with your friend in an effective manner.
Yeah.
You can get your point across without going to the white meat and
And
without
you're
going.
right. You can
You
argue.
should be
Friends,
able to.
right? Friends argue, but there
Yeah.
should never be words that you just can't come back from. You
Mm-mm.
can't stand over me and talk about my children, and then which have nothing to do with it, whatever's going on between me and you, and we can recover from it.
Well, she didn't talk
Like,
about her kids.
huh?
I said she didn't talk about her kids.
Okay, she didn't talk about it, and that's why your children don't want to be around their father. And with your low self-esteem and
She was talking
all of,
about her.
you can't
She wasn't
mention
talking
my
about her
kids
kids.
in the middle
Okay,
of
well,
an
just say
argument.
mention. She didn't talk about
Period.
them. She just
Okay, but
mentioned
that
them.
is a talk about.
No, talking about somebody's kids is
Okay,
like
then say
saying
that.
negative
That's just
things.
like saying Wanda wasn't talking about Sugar Mama.
I don't watch it like that, so I don't know.
So I
I
mean,
don't think you should mention people's
you don't
kids. I
mention
Okay,
don't.
people's
that's
children in
fine.
the middle
Okay,
of an
but that's what
argument.
I'm saying, Monique. That is fine to say
Right.
that. I'm saying she was not talking about them. When I think about like, oh, you was talking about somebody's kids and you
And
calling
she
them
was mean
ugly and
mugging her
all
daughter
of
when
that.
she just walked by her.
I'm just gonna say this. I don't believe you should. And D, I think it's something, and I'm not trying to say what you're doing is wrong, but I do think it's something that you probably and your friends should work on. because you say that for your enemy. Like, you do not treat your friend like your enemy.
Yes.
And I just think that you have to have great communication skills. And if you have great communication skills,
when I say cut to the white meat, I mean like if me and my friends were like in the argument and it's just like they said something that I felt like was like, oh well, since you want to go there, blah 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 blah, so you can't really talk about me because you done did XYZ too. So how dare you?
The problem is when you get in debates like that is that there is, and everybody's measurement is different. There is a measurement in our heads that only makes sense to us about what is matching energy. Now, I may think that if you call me a slut and I then turned around and was like, didn't you just sleep with Michael yesterday? Now, like, and that ain't your man. You know, he got a whole woman. Well, in my head, I think that's matching energy. But if we're in front of company or other people around or whatever, this ain't just me and you battling. I've now told other people that you sleeping with Michael. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a matching energy. I may think it's a matching energy, but you may not. That's why I don't play word games. Now, again, I'm much older than you. I've learned. There are friendships that I had when I was younger that I really do miss as an older woman, especially when you see them. Like, you miss them. You know, I've had people that I've considered.
Well, I
don't
think I've ever had that type of thing happen with my real friends in front of anyone.
Yeah.
I've gotten into it with people.
I don't think that's what Joy's saying.
That is what Joy's saying. She's saying like you and your
I just gave.
I was talking to you, Dan. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was talking to
I was gonna say, I've had arguments with my friends that did get like really bad, but I don't think they've ever happened in front of other people. And if they did happen in front of other people, it was other people within our friend group. So if something was said, it wasn't like, what? She did what?
But,
you know, because we all know already.
Yeah. But this was said
friends.
to the entire world on an interview.
Well, you're on camera.
They're on a reality show, so that's a little different. They're on a reality show.
My point is, it's just you have to be careful when you become a woman of a certain age. Like, for real talk, Sutton probably know the details on Kyle. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
But she ain't said them because she knows where the point of no return is. Yeah. They all do. It wouldn't be. We know at this.
We know the point of no return with each other. We ain't even met in person.
You have to learn. You have to learn discretion, and that's something that, in my opinion, Candace hasn't learned.
I will say this though, because I meant to say this too, but we just got to really talking. I feel like, well, I mean, Candace did say this, and I do feel she was genuinely for real when she said that. She said she was crying because Robyn was crying, and here we all know Candy a crybaby. I know plenty of people that here, if I start crying in front of them, they gonna start crying too, just because I'm crying. I mean, there are people that's like that.
She was crying like somebody stole her Kool-Aid and she was a little girl, like her Kool-Aid pouch. I mean, she was a blubbering crime. I can understand the tears.
It wouldn't stop. It didn't stop. It started in the car.
I feel like Robyn and Candace were real friends with each other, so they probably just heard and then seeing because I do feel like Candace do genuinely feel bad for Robyn.
I don't think
she does. I do think she does. Just because she wants.
There's no way. No way at 36 years old you could be so unaware of your mouth that you think you care about somebody and talk about them the way that you do, and not upset with your husband for also continuing it on podcast as well. Like, there's no way.
Go ahead.
I just feel like Chris was finally liked by people, and so was Candace, because people didn't like Candace for a while. And when she was against Monique, her mouth was horrific to everybody. She was the worst person in the world.
Well, she did have a huge.
I have not had a chance.
No, I was just going to say she did have people on her side. That's all.
I was on her side, but the majority were not. But the majority were not.
Yeah.
But now she's against Gizelle. It's like beat the heifer, make her cry. Beat her like it's there because they hate her so much, but that's neither here nor there. But I just feel like with Candace, I don't think people were expecting Robyn to cry. Like, Robyn is very nonchalant. She's very like holding it in.
I
And the
don't care.
fact that Robyn broke down and the words that Candace said to her made her do it, I think it was a cry out of guilt and a cry out of,
That
oh
is
my God.
that could be plausible.
That's what I think it is.
That's possible. Now
Yeah.
that's probably the only thing that might make sense is that even if if my friend was hurting, like I have a girlfriend who when we a really close friend, I talk about her often, that I used to talk to every day when I drove to work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's also the friend that I said one day I had to tell her, girl, you need to leave that man. Well,
Right.
she after our friendship broke up, she would like maybe a year later leave her husband. I wanted to call her so bad. I felt so bad not being friends with her because I knew she was going through. Because now she a mother of 3 alone. So you want to reach out, but I certainly wouldn't have contributed to her pain. There's just no way that I could even conceive doing
I
that.
got
There
it.
was no way. You stay back and you stay away. We wasn't talking. It wasn't a good situation, and because what she accused me of, she couldn't come back from. So
Well, what she
I
accused you of?
mistreating her child.
Oh,
Oh
hell no.
yeah.
Yeah,
She
she
can't come
couldn't.
back from
And
that.
it was the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Right.
And she took the word of somebody she knew didn't like me that I didn't know.
Right.
And it was such a toxic situation. Girl, I had to take my baby out of a daycare, a school because of it. Like
But see,
it was a bad, very bad situation, but that was my girl. I loved her. And when she was going through the situation with when her and her husband broke up, I wanted to hug her so bad, but I didn't want to add anything. I didn't want her to turn on me. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because everybody knew we weren't talking.
so do
So
you?
I stayed
So
away.
I think that's what happened, and I feel like at the restaurant when they were sitting there, and they're just speculating that he got fired because of what she said and a Title IX violation, which both are not true.
Mm-hmm.
Because he got 15 months salary still.
Yeah.
So if that was the case, if he had done something wrong, you're not getting that 15-month
Yeah,
salary.
it would be a breach of
You're not
contract.
getting that.
And
It's done.
most importantly, a couple of months later, I'm assuming after they were filming, I don't know, because if this is Karen's birthday is in May. By the end of June, when the lawsuit, I'm assuming in their state, they have to go through something before it's to prevent people from just filing frivolous lawsuits. They have to go through a court, and
Right.
so people don't spend a whole lot of money unnecessarily. It has to go through a court, and when it went through that court, they excused Juan from the lawsuit.
Yeah.
So
For
in
them
that,
to just say that Title IX and Title VI are major
you
and
don't get money
incorporated.
when that's an
You
issue.
you don't play. And when Wendy said that, that was kind of low.
Yeah, it
Very,
was.
very low.
It was.
But
That's really why Robyn was crying, because you
yeah,
done already added another a layer of a situation. And Title IX is a sexual violation.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Title VI is discrimination.
yeah, it's
Title
a
IX is
discrimination. Yeah,
sexual. Those two you don't mention. I'm the Title VI coordinator at work. You don't want to see me. You know what I mean?
right.
So no. But anyway,
Not that I want to see you, girl.
you don't want to see me, honey. Okay, you getting fired if you see me. If I find it that you did it.
Like
Okay.
I
Oh,
said though, just because you
You're that
are
person in HR.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm the
wow.
coordinator. Yeah, I'm Title VI
I
Oh
mean,
coordinator.
I'll
wow.
say this: just because you are fighting with someone or have had like a big blowout with somebody, does not mean you do not like care about them. I'm sorry,
It
I just
depends
don't
on
agree with
what you
that.
say. I totally disagree. It depends on what you say. You can say
I'm
hurtful
saying
things
this
in an
from personal.
argument,
I'm saying
but
this
there
from
are certain
personal
things no
experience.
friend, husband, boyfriend, whoever could ever dig into the things that they know hurt me and call yourself my husband, my friend, period. Even my
I'll
I
say
family.
to
Why
me,
have
like I
to.
said, like I said to me, I have
period?
been in situations, like I said, when my mom passed, a friend reached out to me that we had when I say a very bad blowout, like it's a fight, everything, like it was like really, really bad. And like I'm talking about like when we saw each other in public, like we did not hesitate to lay into each other, like for real. It was like really bad. Like still to this day, like I don't like her like at all. And when my mom passed, she reached out. I was not upset about it. She came and
Okay.
saw me and everything.
What that got to
And
do with what we talking about?
it has everything to do with what we're talking about. Because you're saying
Y'all two a mess together.
no, I'm
That's
saying she said
what does that have to do with Candace?
because you just said depending on what you say, like you is nothing that you can do. And I'm just saying, in my opinion.
No.
I'm enjoying it.
Let me be
Making
crystal
it
clear.
proper.
That friend that I talk about, we're cultural. We speak, we hug, but we're not friends ever. Like we're not.
Yeah,
We're
but
no
see, I'm not
longer
caught.
in the
But see,
place of
I'm
not
not.
talking.
But that's
Matter
what
of
I'm
fact,
saying, though. Mine
her
went deeper than
grandson
yours.
ended up being in my classroom, so we talked kind of regularly when he was in my classroom.
But I'm saying mine went
But
deeper
we're
than
not
yours.
friends.
I don't talk to her at all. I will never be friends with her. I will never be cordial with her. I wouldn't even speak to her if I walked past her in a Walmart today.
Okay, and that's where
But I think
that's
y'all
what
are saying
Gizelle
the
is.
same thing.
Yeah, we literally are. That's what
But I'm
Y'all
saying
literally
though,
are.
But I'm saying though, if I'm going through when I was going through something really tough, I was lost my mom.
You needed the comfort. You accepted
Yeah,
the
I
comfort.
was
That's
okay with
fine.
it. So
I mean,
Yes,
I
but
feel like,
after that was over, you was done.
oh, absolutely.
yeah.
So
And
y'all saying the same thing.
it looks like that's what
At the
Robyn is.
time,
Like,
time.
I mean, okay, Merry Christmas.
Okay, let's
Happy
move on, y'all.
birthday.
Okay.
Look,
So
as
I have a
Paige would
question.
say, congratulations.
Yeah, see, that's
And
my
it was
baby.
Gizelle for me talking about I'm sitting on ready. Girl, what is you gonna do?
You want to be there.
Nothing.
I feel like this. I
I'm
really
gonna
feel
tell
like
y'all what I thought
everybody.
about. Can I tell y'all what I thought about when Gizelle
Go
said
ahead, Joy,
that?
and then I'll go. Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all listen to that Panaton or Penaton or
I
whatever they
don't
paid.
watch their podcast, baby.
Patreon.
Okay. I do, yeah, Patreon. That's it.
Okay.
Whatever it is. I wondered had she received that information from that girl then. I don't know if y'all didn't know, Gizelle said that she was inboxed this information from this girl. Now, yes, she's called and said that she was a liar, but Gizelle said in that podcast that she had this all during filming, but didn't mention it. It wasn't, her and Candace wasn't in a good place. She just didn't want to get involved. So she
They
didn't
would have
say
made
anything.
it even worse if she would have brought that up. Lord, that would have been some good
Yes.
TV, honey.
She said,
But
so she did.
It would have been good, but I'm happy they didn't.
Yeah, she
I'm
said
glad too,
she
because I
didn't.
wouldn't have been able to
She just,
take
it wasn't
Candace
her
laying into
business. And they
Gizelle
only
anymore.
talked, she said she only talked about it because it hit the blogs. Because if y'all know, they don't really talk about the show. Not for real, for
podcast.
real. Yeah,
They
not for
don't.
real.
Mm-mm.
They may mention a thing or two, a hit or miss, but it's usually them, and it's stuff that happens like off season. Contractually, they can't. They said they can't. They said
well,
they
that's
don't.
good, and that's
They
a
said,
good thing, honey, because I get tired of Teddy and Tamara.
Me too.
who?
But I
Teddy
don't
and
think Teddy can
Tamara.
do OC.
But Tamara
Who?
does it while she was
I mean, I'm
doing it
sorry,
while
Tamara. I don't think Tamara can do OC.
lies. Yes, she was.
While they were filming?
Yeah, she was talking about this stuff while they
After
were
the
filming.
episode aired, because Nene used to do that. I wonder if their contracts different, because
They
Gizelle
gotta have different contracts.
Gizelle did say she wondered what kind of contract that Candy had.
Candace talks a lot.
Yeah, she said they're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, baby, Tamara did. She definitely talked about stuff that was going on, like her beefing with Shannon and all this. She was talking about all of that.
I don't
now, I
listen to
will
them.
say
Okay, but
this.
let's come on, y'all. We got
She didn't go into detail.
Yeah, we got to do marriage and medicine. Go ahead.
Okay.
I enjoyed y'all going back and forth. Like, I forgot my role in this because it was really good, but I gotta get back.
Okay.
I feel like Gizelle was like that, D, because, like I said, even the way Candace reacted by crying, I think Gizelle got upset because Robyn don't do this. Yeah. This was out of character. So if you see your friend who don't never cry, come out the car crying because somebody did something to her, you thinking they did the worst thing in the world to her. Yeah. Because she does not cry. So Gizelle's like, no, ma'am, Pam. You know what I mean? This is my best BFF, and you done made her cry at Chicken Bingo. We in here with some SHIT.
Can I tell y'all? Can I tell y'all what else was funny about that?
Go ahead.
Mia and Gizelle tipping in them heels. I
They
could
could
not
not
stop
walk,
laughing.
honey. They
I
could
Girl,
not
would
walk.
they
not
feet
stop
was
laughing.
hurting, wasn't it?
Ooh,
I think they thought they were going somewhere where they were just supposed to wear heels and sit down.
Right.
They did not realize
When I saw that, y'all know what I said.
going.
Look at Gizelle looking like me.
Can't walk in no heels.
No, like somebody go get my shoes out the car. Like I can't go no further. I can't wait till Mina know how to drive so she can go get the car for me. And them old skinny heels too. I was so glad when black heels.
Oh, and I'm gonna
black.
tell you another thing that got on my nerve, Mia. Like, girl, you just want to be involved in something. Go sit down.
I thought Mia was being nice.
Yeah, I mean,
because they had been bonding. They
but
actually
girl,
been
Mia just wanted, but still, Mia just wanted to be in some child.
But Mia
like,
was
girl,
actually in the car.
Yeah,
I understand that, but Mia just still wanted to be in some.
No, she was the only one that knew what happened. That
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying she just
explain.
wanted to have an opinion. Like, girl, hush. Like, I was okay. I was okay with Gizelle having something to say more than Mia.
But she didn't.
Really?
But Gizelle didn't witness it. Mia actually did.
I don't care. I just don't like Mia either. So it's like, girl, go sit down.
Because that right there makes no sense.
Girl,
like,
go sit down. Like, girl, go sit down. Go.
You
sit
must
down.
not like her. In my opinion, I don't know if that's me and Montanique or is it my daughter that always say that the only two who really deserve to be here is, well, my daughter thinks the only three that needs to be here is Karen, Mia, and Gizelle. She said they the only ones delusional enough to make it,
they are in Lululand.
Yes, they're in Lululand. She said they're delusional enough to really make it work. These other girls,
she thinks Gizelle delusional too.
All them delusional.
But Gizelle plays that role. You need somebody that's uber messy. Gizelle is uber messy.
But I think that's why Gizelle is so insufferable for me, because damn, I got to deal with Gizelle and Ashley. Like, like
Gizelle is way more intrusive than Ashley. Ashley was intrusive to Robyn the first couple of seasons. She was uberly intrusive to Robyn.
That was really my only gripe about Robyn when it comes to Gizelle meddling in people's business and being messy. Because it's like when Ashley did it, you was ready to whip her in that restaurant.
But I'm like, just
okay, but I have a question now. Let's move on. So I have a question, because I thought Wendy liked Mia and she wanted to be her friend when she was getting chastised and asked the questions about certain things. But as soon as she's out of that situation, now Mia is an issue with Wendy.
Yes.
Did y'all get that?
Yes, we knew that was short-lived when she said, you want me to make up with somebody? I'm going to make up with Mia.
She probably is never going to like Mia again for throwing that drink on her.
Over there, D?
Now we know why. To deflect.
I told you it wasn't even a
deflection.
It wasn't a deflection. It was
anybody watching that would knew that wasn't a real child. Anybody.
So it's Candace.
Wait, hold on. Where's Callie?
She can't get service. She's somewhere with 12 people. She said they watched something and I said something and they laughed at me. I can't remember what I said. She sent me a message. So do you think Candace is kind of upset about the lawsuit too? Because when she was talking to Karen, she said, I'm sitting in here with the lady whose husband she's still married to the man who's suing me.
The MFer.
Well, should she still be talking about Michael Darby at all? Like, or no?
I mean, if he was suing me, I'd be talking about it.
Yeah, you making it worse. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I talk about, D. When you get a little older, I wish you could hear yourself.
She's aging them in years.
Seriously, like there's no way somebody could be suing me from something I said on this show, and I come back the next year and even mention his name. The smartest thing Candace said is, "I'm not talking about my lawsuit." That's what you're supposed to do. You take the Teresa Giudice approach. Ain't no way.
I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody didn't say Wendy couldn't take up for Candace. I'm confused.
I told you I'm not entertaining that.
Okay, because none of us said that. I talked about how she was still friends with me, and then she wasn't the next minute. I didn't say nothing about Candace. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Where am I at, y'all? Did y'all think that man looked like the Black Chris Bassett?
He did.
Oh
He
my
did.
god.
He did kind of.
A lot of people are saying that Ashley was obsessed with Chris to say that. What do y'all think?
I mean, it do give that.
I don't think
So if you see somebody that look like somebody and you say, "Oh, it looks like them," that's obsession.
I don't think so. That's a
I'm just
normal
I'm
thing.
asking D. Why do you say that, D?
Move on.
What? I would. So you just gonna not?
He don't
Okay.
like Ashley.
He
So
did,
it's
because
like,
I done see people who I don't even like, and I be like, man, he look like such and such and such and
yeah.
such. And that don't mean I'm obsessed. Anyway, what about Karen and Gizelle and their relationship?
Oh, when they had their little one-on-one. I thought that
Yeah.
was cute. I like how she handled it too. I thought she
Another scene of
see,
Giselle not taking any
that's what I'm saying. You
accountability.
can't balance it. So you gotta learn how to balance that, D. Like it's like you can give, like I may shut up.
I love Karen and Giselle relationship. No, don't get me wrong. I love their relationship. I've always said that. I enjoy their frenemy thing, like because they always are. I love because they're able to come back. It's never well, even though I don't know though, because at the Wendy house, I don't know if I would have wanted to talk to Karen again, honey.
And I was just gonna say that's the difference. I think that Gizelle said in an interview, somebody asked her something about, why are you able to be cool with Karen? Her literal words was because they were all lies. She was like, it wasn't personal. She said she laughed at it. She literally did. Like at the table, she was smiling. Like in my head, I kept thinking Gizelle was saying, "Oh, Giselle's thinking, oh, this is good TV." Like I really do think she'd be thinking that in her head. Like it wasn't
because she know to get Karen. She know to get Karen going. Talk about Ray and Karen gonna
Yes,
get
and
started,
Karen,
baby.
honey, gonna go off. But I mean, what's wrong with being a hoe from Hampton University? What's wrong?
I mean, to me, nothing. Obviously,
Okay, me.
to me, nothing. But I mean, not everybody feel the way we do about that. So
That's true. I guess.
So that can be very.
When Karen apologized, she was like, "Well, I'm sorry, I mentioned Hampton."
She did say that, Joyce.
I don't see nothing wrong with being a hoe from Hampton.
That was
a hot box, because I think
funny.
a hot box is what you're supposed to have.
And apologize.
No, ma'am. When she was saying
and apologize,
when she was saying hot box, she was clearly trying to insinuate that she had an STD.
But that's an example of Karen trying to learn. People feed her lies.
Yes, it is.
And she messed them up.
They were the only ones at the table that don't know what a hot box is, clearly.
Hot box is people who sit in the car and smoke weed.
No, honey, no.
Yeah,
when you're talking about somebody's vagina being hot.
Not. Go to the Urban Dictionary.
But vaginas are supposed to be hot.
No, not in that way, baby. Not in that way.
What you mean?
People who say that you have VD say you have fire. If your box is hot, that's a warm thing. That's warm, hot and moist.
Again, we grew up in two different eras.
We did. Look in the Urban Dictionary.
I know what the hot box
in the era of older than us.
And so much older. That it doesn't even mean that somebody said her that right. She remembered hot.
She said the wrong
instead of fire. She did it this episode. I'm gonna give you an example. When she had that little bonnet on her head and was trying to do the maid thing, I'm gonna tell you what Karen was supposed to say that she got wrong. This is how I know people feed her lies. She was trying to do the now infamous waiting to exhale line. He's a good man, Savannah. That's what she was trying to say. What did she didn't say that? She said, I can't remember what she said, but it was off.
Oh, she was like, one is a good man.
Yes, that's what she wanted to say, Savannah. But because she does that, people feed her.
I mean, I get why Karen did that though, because that's what Robyn gives off. One is a good man, y'all. Just leave us alone. I do get what she was going.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying somebody fed her lines and she forgets them. She does that often. That's why Gizelle says she doesn't care, because they come off wrong. You know how somebody will tell you something you're trying to remember and you're kind of on the spot. Girl, Bravo know they was wrong for kept
Okay,
showing
this is the
damn
thing.
girl
Don't get it
walking in the middle of
confused.
the
I
street.
know what a
They
hot
kept
box
saying it.
is. I've hot boxed them many a times, honey. I did it the other day,
But
so
that's
I
what Karen was
understand.
trying to say.
But I'm saying I knew what Karen meant when she was saying like
Now say
talk about
that.
the hot box
This, that's
between your
my point.
legs.
People knew what she meant, but that's not what she said. And she said something else about Gizelle on that my
Sing,
post.
sing.
Yes,
But
that
I
is
know,
a
The prison.
prison.
yeah,
That's a
but she
prison.
meant mental. She meant
Mental
because
That's what I
institution.
allegedly.
That's
said to
why you
you.
can't get
That's why
mad because you don't even know what she's
yes.
saying.
That's my
I thought it
point.
was funny.
She's
Well,
being
yeah, I'm gonna
fed
say it
lies
delivered
and
in the
shit.
moment, so that's all that
I
matters.
laughed because, and it's funny, and I think that's why you can't take it personally because Karen just be talking.
That's my point. That's why Gizelle says she don't get
Because
mad
I
at
thought
her.
what Giselle said was pretty funny. At least it works. At least it works. I was like, what is going on?
But see,
Now she,
Karen and Giselle have a good banter.
yeah.
I
And
think
I
that a lot
wish
of
that they
people,
had showed that part on the reunion because I don't know if y'all remember at the reunion, Karen said, "Come on, Gizelle, let's do this now." It was something that they talked about that she
right?
was
Yeah,
going to expand on that they can have horrible things to say one another. They could come back because they don't go to a place of
She do be on it.
toxicity.
Karen do be on it.
Karen be on the shade. I feel like they all can be. I just feel like so. Let's get to the point because a lot of people are saying that Giselle was being a victim when she said that she didn't want to talk to Candace anymore. But I'm gonna say this. Let me go first. I have said this season
I'm not
before.
talking about it.
When she talked to me and she called me a big fee and she was saying all this stuff to Mia, I was saying if I were them, I wouldn't talk to Candace anymore. Only
Mm-hmm.
because I know who I am. And it's nothing to do with a death threat or anything else. But there's
Mm-hmm.
certain people that I would not communicate with if when I say you go down the street and you peed on the floor and
Yeah.
you're gonna say, well, your pee is hot and your mama pee is hot and your daddy did this and you done got this
Mm-hmm.
and you just keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
I can't deal with you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? There's got to be a stopping point for me.
Yeah, she
Go
unlike
people.
it's horrible of things that
And I like her.
Karen has said to Gizelle, and it's some pretty horrible things that Candace has said to her. I mean that Karen has said to her. They don't go to a place that where it's personal, although I think Gizelle talking about Ray's inability to perform is a place that I wouldn't like.
Absolutely. And hell, before she
I
But she
even
mean,
said
got
he
that
didn't
far,
perform.
and
I thought that
before
was
she
Ashley who said his dried up pee.
no, she was like,
well, he was
she said this
initially,
season
but
6 in the middle of
Giselle
the hot
has
box
too.
argument. That's what
Yeah,
got it
Oh, and
started.
okay. She said
yeah,
that at least
she
it
did
works.
say
Is that
it
what you
then.
were saying?
But Ashley
No, she
did
was
say it
like,
too.
we all know that your husband's penis doesn't work. And then
Yeah,
Karen was like,
yeah.
well, we all know Jamal is sticking his ding dong in everybody's vagina. And then it just went on from there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that part. That's
I
Yeah,
good.
don't
she
know
said
what
that.
happened first, but to be clear, Giselle did mention it then, but Ashley was the one that initially said it because
Okay.
in that car a few maybe about season 3 or 4, I think it was maybe 3, when her and Karen had got into it, and Ashley said, "You're the one that said Ray's penis is
She
shriveled."
did do that.
Dried
Yes,
up pee.
yeah,
But don't. But I feel like they all talk about each other's husbands, right?
yeah.
I mean,
They
yeah, in a
shouldn't, but
way, yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
You know,
Should
it's
they
still
do that?
wrong because, like I
Right.
said,
Should they do
I
that?
would
No.
have never talked to Giselle again after
I
the
don't
whole
think she's
Ray
alive
Pack
about a death
issue
threat
thing.
because they all get death threats, and I want to
Yeah, they
talk about
all
that.
do. They all do.
They all. That's not a lie. The
Yeah, they
thing of
all
the matter
do.
is, people need to stop watching
Yeah,
reality TV. If
if
you
it's
cannot
that serious to
separate,
It's
them.
people too. They're
you
too
have not the
emotional,
mental capacity
unhinged.
to watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
You
I'm
do.
as
You need
far
to
as I'm
stop.
going with this, baby. I think you need to be fired. That's as far as I'm going.
Right. Candace got them real bad during the Monique situation to the
Yeah,
point where she was like she had to go see somebody. Like she was getting death threats so bad, and it was bad.
I
They
think the
all get death
problem
threats.
was with. I think Giselle is okay of taking the heat. She's gotten death threats year after year after year. I think the problem was she now has an 18-year-old daughter. And it was seeping into her because the conversation about colorism was going to her daughter and having to block stuff from her daughter, who was just got on Instagram, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the part I think is jacked up. Now, again, people are saying that that's not true. Um, Robyn literally used to screenshot and
She
show
screenshotted
the
the death
death
threat.
threats that she got.
Yeah. They
Gizelle
get
just
them.
doesn't do social media like that.
And I think that's another thing. Like when you don't do social media, people say horrible things to all of them on social media, but
Yeah.
none of them. The only person who really responds is Candace. Now Mia
Yeah.
has started responding because somebody said something about I used to be a fan, but I'm not no more. And she was like, "But come on, I want you to make me cold or something." Like she tries to be funny with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like be my fan again. I need some air
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. But she
Mm-hmm.
don't go back with them.
Yeah.
Candace used to argue with the people,
Yeah,
and
she
I
does.
think that made it a lot
And
worse.
she says like harsh things, like just go die. One of the reasons
She
why she
does
did
now.
it,
I don't know.
that she had gotten a lot of death threats, is it was some
Oh,
blog.
that blogger, yeah,
Yeah,
and he
that
actually
he had
died
Oh,
made.
for real.
Yeah, and he
he did
died,
die.
and the comments that she had
But I don't
made.
think her words made him die though. But
Oh,
people took
absolutely
it
not.
that way.
I don't
Yeah.
think that anybody thought that I'm sure that
Yeah.
guy was dealing with whatever he was dealing with. It was just like I I haven't been in that situation where somebody is talking about me that bad, but I just I can't imagine going to that length to say that you want somebody to die.
Well,
That
child,
kind of
y'all
stuff
don't want
doesn't
to
make sense
ever
to
see
me.
me on reality TV then, because y'all gonna be like this.
We don't. We don't need
D,
no
I
more
don't if you're gonna make
toxic.
me want you to die.
Yeah. That's
D, no, you gotta have to have a talk. Another
I've
thing
definitely said that to somebody before. Well, I ain't necessarily say die,
really?
but I implied that. A guy that I was
D.
into it with heavily, like we beat for years. We're okay now with each other. Okay, for cordial sakes, like because we have similar friends and we hang around kind of the same people. So for cordial sakes, we ended up, making cool for that purpose only. Even though I still really don't really see it for him. But he was, y'all gonna hate me for this, but Lord, it's the truth.
D.
He was suicidal, and when we got into an argument one time, I was like,
and see,
next
that's
Did you
why
say
I
time.
kill
don't talk
yourself?
like
Did you
that.
say kill yourself?
Well, I didn't say that.
Unalive yourself?
I was just like next time, just take the whole bottle.
That's toxic.
D.
That's toxic.
D, we gonna have to go to therapy. I'm
Yeah,
a
that's
life
toxic.
coach. I
I,
get
He
life.
I
said some horrible things to me. He had said some horrible things to me though, y'all.
I get it. I get it. I'm D. I'm gonna say this. I have been the person who has been embarrassed by some of the
Oh, I don't
horrible
be
things I
embarrassed
have
though. That's the
said,
difference between me and you. I don't be
and it
embarrassed
hits
at
with me,
all.
and so I had to change. And you'll get there. You'll get
What
there.
you
I
be
think.
embarrassed for, honey? If you come for
what's
me,
your
baby,
sign?
yeah, a
Demetria, what's your
Taurus.
Well, my daughter's a Taurus, and she's sweet, so I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
don't, I don't feel bad about it at all. Cause baby, shut up, and then you won't have to worry about me saying nothing to you at all. That's how I look at it.
So
Keep
I
your
have a
mouth shut.
question. Do you go on the people's pages that you don't like and say
no?
stuff to them?
I don't.
I don't.
No, not really. No,
I don't.
I
not
did say
really.
something to Wendy though,
I said something to Anne Marie
but I don't.
recently.
But it wasn't negative.
What
Like
did you
it was
say?
something about a NECA, and I said that's not what she said though.
Oh, I've done that to
It was
Wendy before
something
because
like
Wendy will
that. It
lie
was
on her
something like
tweet.
that, and I explained what she said. But like to be mean, like I follow
Yeah,
him,
no, I don't even follow
and I
nobody that
don't.
I don't like.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't either. So chatter
I
up,
Yeah,
we
don't
follow
hate them
everybody.
though.
yeah.
But
Like
personally, I don't follow
yeah.
I
them.
said something to Anne Marie recently, and I've said stuff to Erica, like on Twitter and stuff.
Mhm.
Like recently, I went on Anne Marie post after Tiffany Moon from Dallas had made
Uh-huh.
her little video
Uh-huh.
correctly explaining what Sutton's issue was. I just
Yeah.
told Anne Marie to open her tags up.
So Anne Marie has made it where you can't tag her.
Yeah, she made. That's why I went
Yeah.
on her post. It
She
was
made
like
it where you
I
can't
was like
tag her.
I said undo them tags. I said Tiffany just proved that you are a liar,
Well,
honey.
I mean,
I
I
mean, I
understand
think
though.
that's minor. That
And I,
That's
like I
not
said,
bad.
I
that's
came,
not
I came
bad.
for Erica during the
It's the
season 11 drama.
threatening, it's the threats and that
Oh
sort of
yeah, no, I'm
thing.
not gonna do all that now. I'll
I
come
think
for
it's
you.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
We
I'll
don't
come
do
for
that
you.
over here.
I'm gonna
I
say, like I said,
mean,
I came for Erica
I'll even
many
say this.
times.
I don't like Candace, but Candace had mentioned on a
I like
post
it.
once about what can I do to I'm trying to get pregnant. What can I do? And I said, girl, believe it or not, and I answered the truth, what I experienced, believe it or not, take Geritol. You don't believe me, Google it. I said, if you don't believe me, Google it. It's in all them baby club
Really?
things. Yeah, somebody had told me when 15 years ago, probably on a netbook, I was Googling because I wanted to have a baby in June because I was, teaching and I wanted to be at home with my baby for 3 months. So somebody in one of them baby groups said take Geritol. So in August, I start taking Geritol, and I literally got pregnant in September. Now I did
Lord.
miscarry. I did
But you
miscarry,
planned it.
but I did plan, and I ended up getting pregnant again. But yes, like literally, like I
There
have
you
read
go.
that.
Anybody who's trying to get paired, look. So I can't even say the word because I don't
And
want no
as
more
soon
children.
as you find out
Anybody's
you
trying
get
to get
pregnant, you gotta
pregnant,
stop taking it.
take Geritol.
And
Another lesson is if you don't like these people, do not go on their pages
yeah,
and
Yeah.
comment
But I
and
say like
say negative
I've
things.
came for people like
Just
on
watch yourself.
Twitter. That's about it though. Like when the Erica Jane stuff was going on, oh, I was tearing her up.
See.
But it wasn't like nigga, like you need to die and all that. No, I was just like,
Okay.
like girl, Erica, you're lying. You told the same story 5 different times. You're a liar. That type
She
of
told
stuff.
it 5 different ways. I don't go on their
I will
pages.
never
I
forget
don't
an
really follow
Instagram
people.
page one time when all this was going on Instagram. I cannot remember who because I follow so many Bravo pages. They literally made a post with like 5 different slides of her literally telling the same story different times. I
and
was
Mental
like,
wait a minute,
capacity.
y'all. Let's go on and do
okay,
this.
yeah, we done got all off topic.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm about to done. Let's see.
we
So what
talked
do y'all
about
think
Gizelle and
about
Karen.
what
What
now?
happened after?
Um, is this just
Candace
my first
talking to
time running?
Chris.
Oh,
Oh, I don't even have notes on that. What did she
yeah,
It
say?
wasn't
probably
enough.
nothing important. Can we talk
Okay,
about
I saw
one
the notes
yelling
on
at
that.
Robyn? Can we talk about that?
Well, go ahead.
One
Then we'll be
yelling at
done.
Robyn like that.
Oh,
So I have a thing to say about that. You go first, D.
This is just one of those moments where my disdain for Robyn kind of goes away a little bit. Cause that just that bothered me so much. That bothered me so much, man. I swear. Because it's like, this is your fucking fault. This is your fault. How dare you? How dare you have the goals and the audacity to try to yell at Robyn about anything? She wouldn't even be dealing with none of this if you weren't a sorry ass piece of shit of a husband. Let's be clear about some things, honey. Because she wouldn't even be going through none of this if she would have left your ass alone a long time ago and put you on child support and set up custody arrangement with them kids and moved on with her life. You ought to be glad that Robyn is even still giving you the time of day to even remarry your sorry ass. Because to be honest with you, if I was Robyn, I would have put one ass out when he said that he was only staying with Robyn for them damn kids. He would have been gone then.
they weren't
Mm.
even dating then. But yeah, I mean, he was clear
They
about
yeah, they were
they weren't even
separated.
dating. That
It
was
doesn't
clear.
matter. It doesn't
But
matter.
he
He would have
still
been
shouldn't
gone.
have said it.
He would have been
He shouldn't
gone.
have said it on camera, but I
He
mean,
would have been
He
gone.
shouldn't have said
but
it. Period.
for the record, she actually said it. She started it off saying that we're separated, we're not together. And that's why I think she was so irritated with Ashley, because she didn't, that was when it was partially respectable, because nobody really pressed her, because Gizelle wasn't gonna press her. Gizelle handled it like a real friend. The reality is they weren't together. Juan was dating somebody. You pick it up a couple of seasons later
That's not the
when they
point.
were having an argument, and she was like, "You were dating somebody that I didn't get along with." Like it,
What?
yes, they picked that up later. Yeah, they had issues.
That's not the point.
Yeah,
I
my
don't
point.
even remember that.
Yeah,
What?
but the point is, nobody was there really to press why um
Robyn?
all the press Robyn on what their relationship was for Ashley, because Gizelle was kind of a buffer and nobody else really pushed her. But they weren't together. It was very, very clear. Season 1, season 2, and season 3, they were not a couple. That's
Child.
why
Okay, and
Okay, so Joy, what do you think about him then?
I thought that was really hard to hear, because not only is this his fault, she really is defending him. You know, you talk about a covering wife, she's covering him, but he's not covering her.
okay,
Because what would have been the best thing for him to do in this situation is, Robyn, I'm really, really hurting because you're hurting. I hate I
Yeah.
put you through this, babe, but
boom.
I can't be on this phone because I can't be there to comfort you. And, you know, I could have even respected if he did it like that. You know what I mean? It's like, I hate that I'm hurting you. I hate that you have to, because she's crying.
And
And,
Hey,
I don't
and
think
Blueprint.
Now,
Mhm.
look, I'm saying this because my husband like that too. He don't like to see me cry, so he would just leave. He don't
Yeah.
like, yeah, he don't. Men always don't know how to handle that, especially when you're hurting. This ain't a situation where you know you having an argument, you mad. She's hurting,
Hmm.
and if some men don't know how to comfort that, and he, he has to. I don't know. Some men just never learn, and you know what kind of home he grew up in. Juan don't really know how to be a husband. He don't. He wants to be a good father. That's one of the reasons why I can respect it. Like he knows what it's like not to grow up with his parents were addicts. His parents were addicts.
He can be a good father and them still
So
not
and
be together.
he wanted something that he didn't have. And I can respect that and say whatever you want. Robyn loves him.
That could be true,
She
but that
does.
still
She
don't mean that
loves
you have to be
him.
She
with that you
loves
need to
him.
be with
I mean,
somebody,
I'm not
child.
saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just
And
saying she
child, them
loves
kids
him.
gonna
And
grow up one
something
day and
else,
see this.
and something else, Robyn don't owe them twitches no conversation, other conversation about her man, period. Or her decision to stay with him or leave. She owes them nothing.
Do you
Because
think they feel like she
them,
owes them
I
something?
don't care. Y'all can have that conversation all day long. Y'all ain't gonna have it with me
Yeah.
because the reality is, Robyn hasn't done anything. That's her job to cover that man. She actually married him, so if she wants to cover him, that's what she's supposed to do. And I would tell them
Yeah.
to shove whatever they want up the darkest part of their behind. But I
That's what
wouldn't
they
give them
say.
a second of conversation about a decision I made about me and my family.
I wouldn't have nothing to say about it because I would have already just told Robyn how I felt about it and I would have left it alone.
Because
I
it
would have
ain't
So
told her
why
how I
I
nothing
don't
felt
good.
see
and
why
left it
they
alone.
just don't do that and just leave it alone.
She
Because I
has
don't.
She has to do that. She has to, like, I told you what I would have done since it was such a big deal. I would have given them the floor. Come on. You got
Yeah.
an hour
Yeah.
to answer questions. After
No,
this,
you
we're
got
not
20
talking about
minutes.
this.
That's all
Right,
I'm
or
doing.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm only saying an hour because they're gonna
Yeah.
cut it up in a segment. So I'm just like you, and the time is clicking, and I would have a time. I would have bought a time watch with me
Mm-hmm.
because this is it. I'm not having this conversation about why I decided to keep my family together. You can take your opinions and hit them on the horse that you rode in on. It ain't
I
none of your
just hate
business.
that. I hate that he did that. And I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I try to. I feel like Juan, even though he did stuff wrong, he's probably ashamed. He's probably embarrassed. He knows they're gonna be talking about on this show, and he
Mhm.
wants Robyn to not cry because of
Mhm.
him.
Yeah, he
I
don't know
think
how
the
to handle
fact
it.
that it happened, he's like, Robyn, stop crying, stop
Yes,
crying.
yes,
Um, you giving them what they want. And
yes,
he was getting upset because they probably had the conversation off camera, like, no matter what, don't give
yeah,
them what they want. And
yes,
she did. And
yeah.
so the way he handled it wasn't right. He should not have been screaming. He should not have said, I think he hung up on her.
He
And
did, but
maybe
he kept telling her, "I can't deal with this. I got to get
I
off this
can't.
phone, Robyn."
Yeah.
Like he didn't want to hang up on her, but he did. I don't wouldn't consider that a hang up. You can't warn me more than once and call it a hang up. But I get what you're saying when he hung up. He just can't
Yeah.
take it. And he
He
ain't
couldn't.
there. Yeah, he couldn't take
Well,
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
I am one that even though this is truly sad for Robyn and I do feel greatly bad for her, girl, okay, you just got your turn in the seat, honey.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's
And it's
going to happen
over.
soon.
And it's done. It's episode 7. We've been talking about this on and off for 7 episodes.
Is
It's
it episode?
enough.
It is episode
Girl, they
7.
do need to move on, honey. But I am kind of glad we moved on from the Necker stuff because I was
Me
tired of talking
too.
about
Thank
that
you,
too.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's fine.
Lord,
I actually, the only thing about the NECA stuff that
Oh,
I
what
was
time is it?
okay
Oh, no.
with
When's our
is
next
that
one,
it
Joy?
was different.
well,
Like,
yeah, that's
I
true.
didn't know where it was going. I Googled what Osu, I'm looking at on,
Okay.
on TikTok, trying to figure out why is this such a big deal? Because there was one girl on a TikTok that I saw that was Osu that was like, the way that it's a caste system. That's really all that it is.
Okay.
And the Osu people are the supposedly the low of the low.
The
So
lower.
this girl who was a proud Osu, was saying we are thriving, we are living nice, we are getting degrees, we're doing X, Y, and Z. So my thing was, even if Wendy was Osu, like, so what? She should be the best example of Osu if that's what she is, because she's an educated woman. She came to America. She got the highest degree in philosophy that you can get.
I can't with y'all
That
today.
you
Honey.
can
Y'all have
get.
been, you
And
indeed
she's
have been
her
the shadiest
husband.
of the shade.
They're both successful. Like
Y'all have been
they're
shady.
living what
I
people
am
look
just, I
like
mean,
is
I'm just saying,
American.
I am glad that Robyn is in the hot seat. And there is something else other to talk about than other than that mess. And like I said, Robyn has cherry picked people's misery in the past, so it's just coming
She
back on her
has.
now.
Everybody keeps saying that. I keep
Okay,
saying,
but Joy, that is
what
to you.
misery
That
did
is
she
to
So
feel?
what did she
you.
cherry
Tell
pick?
me,
Can
what
you
That
remember?
is
misery
to
did she feel?
you.
So show her
I
that.
well, let me not say cherry pick, but she has been nosy before and in people's business
Okay.
too. I'll
Oh,
put it like that. That's cherry picking people's
has
misery to
any
me,
of them
but
not been?
okay, and that's fine. I'm just saying
Oh,
it's just Robin's turn now. She's done it to others in the past, and now it's just on her now. Girl, suck it up. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You talked about people's stuff. You got all in it when it was dealing with Ray and the taxes. You had questions and concerns. I mean, you had questions and concerns about Michael too. I mean, it is what it is. It's just your turn, girl. So whatever, cry. Don't nobody care.
I
I
mean, they
don't.
all have been in the hot seat before.
Yeah, so
all
it's just
of
like, girl, you'll be all right. You'd have been in folks' business before too. You'll be okay.
And I mean,
that's
it's
where
part of the
that's
show. Like,
where
you have
that's
to
where
be in some
somebody
mess.
that's where Monique's "Oh, it's you" this year. That's where that comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember Monique saying, "Oh, it's you this year"? Because yes, it's
Erica did that
always,
too.
it goes
Remember
from
when she
one.
thought they were going
Yeah.
to turn against her?
I mean,
That
yeah, because I
was
mean it
hot.
does. I mean, it was what it was Karen, then it was Ashley, then it was Karen again, and then it was Monique,
And it was
and then it was
Sharice and
Eddie.
Then it
Sharice.
was
Well, yeah,
Sherman and
then it was
Giselle.
Sharice.
Don't
Yeah,
forget
Yeah,
Sherman and
they
Sherman.
Giselle.
was Sherman and Giselle.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
all had a hot seat right now except NECA.
Because she knew.
Because she's
And that's
new.
it.
It's
Give her a
coming.
year, child, and let Giselle
It's
find something
coming,
Because
about the
I
honey.
think
NECA.
Mia's stuff is about to come.
Right.
It's
But
me.
Mia
That's
has
what the next
already been in the
story is
hot
going to
seat though
go.
before too, though. So she's already been there. Really.
Who?
Mia has really already been in the hot seat. They done
How?
tripped
Yeah.
her up line many times.
Well,
Well,
Mia's just a liar. She's a
Yeah.
phaedra of the show. She just
So
lies.
give the next some time, honey. If she stick around, honey, Giselle might be talking about her next child, which I would be okay with because I don't like the nigga more than I don't like Giselle, which is surprising. She just
So
came
what
in
do y'all
doing the
think
wrong
about?
thing.
So
I
right
like
now,
the happy birthday tribute that they gave Karen. I thought that was cute.
I thought
Yeah.
that was really cute. Well, who said how many more facelifts she gonna give? Was that Ashley? I thought that was hilarious.
Did she say that?
She
All the
said something about
faces.
her facelifts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
Karen
think
looks
it's
good, but honey, she's starting to look younger than her daughter.
bye.
Don't you know? I saw that. Like,
Yes, she
yeah.
is.
I don't
Well,
think
And
you
let's
can get
I
a
don't
lot.
think
I
that
mean, how many
Karen looks
facelifts can you
younger than
get?
her. I think Karen uses that filter that she
it's a
uses
filter. It's gotta
that
be.
makes her look that young.
Because on camera,
Because
she don't look like that,
she don't
right?
look like that. Yeah. Because her filters be good. Because even
I
that
need
that bikini picture that we know was
that
on,
was a filter.
yes, that was a filter. She did look good though. That was a good pick.
I ain't
I ain't
mad
gonna
at her.
lie. I would have paid $20 for that one.
I would have paid for because you can go on Etsy and buy a filter that's based on your skin tone and everything.
Mhm.
Simon got it. Portia used it for Simon. I'm just gonna let y'all know.
Oh yeah,
Lord
she
have
makes
mercy.
Simon look beautiful, girl.
She make him look so good. Okay, anything else? We didn't let nobody come on, but we're gonna have to because you got
What else?
the
I
message.
mean, nothing else really happened, did it?
I
Well,
don't think
I
so.
thought the kayaking was cute.
Yeah.
They went
Alright.
kayaking, and Karen, she said that this the last time they ever gone kayak with them.
Then
Well,
Karen
that
Uh,
and
was
who
I
like
was
mean,
Karen
playing
talking
her
to?
birthday. This is the last
birthday.
time
They
she
should
gonna
have
let
done
them.
stuff that she liked, right?
I agree. Yeah,
Like
Who was
Ashley,
Karen talking to during the kayaking? Was it
herself,
Candace?
she was talking to
herself.
Candace. She was talking to
Yeah, I
Candace.
was gonna say she was talking to somebody during the kayaking.
Oh yeah, because Candace got out at some. I thought because at some point she's in, and at some point she gets out. They must have been out there a while.
Long time.
Yeah,
I don't want a kayak on my birthday, and they need to do stuff. And Karen is, I mean, she's not. Does she
I don't
work
want a
out?
kayak where I know that there are snakes.
I don't want
You
to
gonna have
kayak
to
at
lie
all.
to me. My thing is
Yeah,
you have
me
to lie
neither.
to me. Hey,
I'm not really a big fan of big bodies of water, so
I don't want to. And Karen said she couldn't swim.
yeah.
Can y'all
They
swim?
should have
no.
picked something fun for
Oh, Lord.
Karen. Cause they always had filming during her birthday.
Yeah, it's doing. Yeah, they must film in the summer, spring months because
Spring.
it's always
Because
in
her
Yeah,
May.
birthday is May 20th.
Yeah, she's a
Remember?
Taurus like you,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm May
D.
3rd.
Is
Yeah,
it
my
May
daughter's
3rd?
May
Oh.
15th, and my daddy's the 18th. So I'm surrounded by Tauruses, and none of them are like you,
Y'all
D.
don't
So,
remember Karen's 520? Remember that was wasn't it 520 last year?
I don't know.
I
I
think
really
She,
don't pay her that much mind. I know that's wrong. I should. Anything else, people?
no, nothing else. This was like I said. This episode really there wasn't a lot really going
I didn't
on.
think so either.
So
when did Candace and Karen get back cool? Because I kind of got the impression that Karen wasn't really messing with Candace a couple of
She was
seasons
not.
ago. Yeah.
She
Cause
threatened her. She
yeah,
said, if you keep on talking the way that you do,
we gonna
we're not
ice
going
you
to
out.
talk to you anymore. She didn't say ice you out. She said, we're just not going to talk to you anymore. And this was at a reunion. I
I
think,
remember
and
that.
then the reunion after that, she called HR on Candace and tried to get Candace fired. So I
no,
don't
that was the
understand.
reunion before, honey.
Yeah,
Was
that
it
was
before?
That was
Okay.
yeah,
during season 5.
that was
So she
fine.
tried to get her fired. Then the reunion after that, she said, if you keep on talking like this, we're not. And that was when Nicki Minaj, whenever that was.
Yeah,
Oh
6.
We're
yeah,
not going to talk to you anymore.
yeah, you're right.
I don't
That's
know
why
how
I
they
was
got back friends.
because I know that Candace initially liked her. You know, I was assuming that she was seeing her in a motherly like way. Because Karen probably is loving when she's not on guard. You
Mm.
know what I mean? I could see
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah, I could see that because she's definitely seems loving with her daughter.
I miss a good Ashley and Karen feud, though. I do miss that. That's a
I
feud
do
I
too.
miss.
Yeah,
That was a good.
Ashley
They
is reckless too, though. She's just not as mean, but she's reckless. Like for real, nobody should know a man who had prostate cancer can't get it up. We would have figured that out. Most people know that anyway. That shouldn't have. Now that's the sort that shouldn't have been said.
You
I
talking
know
about Mia?
Giselle did it too. No, when Candace, I mean not Candace, Ashley did that to Karen. That was
I miss
Ray had prostate
early.
yeah.
Yeah, I miss early seasons
So
of
did
Katie.
Gordon. You don't remember
That's why I
when
thought you remember. I remember Gordon. I
yeah.
don't remember Ray. I miss early seasons
You
of
don't
Potomac
remember
too.
when they cut it up so bad at reunion. Yeah, I know I'll be
Yeah,
reading between the lines. When
because
Mia bent
Katie
over
was.
and said,
Woo,
Yeah,
she was
that's what
like,
I thought you were talking about.
yeah, you know that Ray Gordon had prostate cancer,
Yeah,
like Ray, and you know our situation, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically, and they cut it out. It seems like they had an arrangement. If you
of
read
course.
between the lines, he confirmed it a little bit later. We kind of saw that and we were assuming,
Ray had
but
ED.
when Gordon did that TMZ, he confirmed it.
Oh yeah, they had an arrangement, and that's about to happen with the mid-season trailer that we watched.
ooh, and
And
he
I feel
ran
like,
her baby.
honey, he
That's
did.
why she was saying that's not fair. He said you've been having an affair. She was saying it's not fair because you know the arrangement.
Well,
And he said,
maybe
if
she
you
was.
want
Maybe
fair,
he
what he
meant
say, go to
cheat.
the carnival.
And it takes me back to Wendy talking about that cockhole.
The couple.
Like, yeah, like
Maybe he meant by her cheating was that she was doing it with dudes he did not okay.
They had to approve,
Yeah,
right?
or the fact that he likes to watch, or that's what a cockhole is.
yeah.
And
What I was
then
gonna say,
it's a
I
form of
do.
porn. If you want to watch it, just look. Just
I do miss early seasons of Katie before she got all off. The first 2 seasons of Katie was good. She used to give it to Robyn and Gizelle, honey,
that's
and I
you. Just
used to
I know that you
live.
love when people give it to
Woo,
them.
I love
But
it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's
Because,
why
like I
that's
said,
why people aren't liking the season. Like for
because
real.
Giselle is
That's whenever
messy.
people say that, I say y'all are toxic. That's why people
No,
aren't liking this season, because they like it when all the heat is on Giselle and Robyn.
no,
When
the
it's
season's
on
just
other
boring.
people and it's shared, then it's boring. It
It
don't make
is.
sense. Let's get off that. Like I've been saying that week after, I've been
Well, not
watching it
me,
week after
not
week after
me.
week after week. I said you all are some, like, I love Potomac because it was kind of light.
I love Potomac
Like
before
it
people start
wasn't
watching
like
it. When
this.
y'all started
Okay,
watching it,
not
it
gonna
got
lie,
horrible.
Martinique, that is true. Cause nobody was paying
Wasn't it
attention to
good?
Potomac into that
Yeah,
fight.
Wasn't it
right.
good,
Cause
D? I watched it
season
and it
four
I
is
was
still
did.
so
one of
good.
I
season
did.
four is still one
I've
of
been
my
watching
favorite
Potomac.
seasons.
I watched Potomac in real time from the first episode.
Me
If
too.
they were gonna be black people,
It
I
was
was
so
gonna watch.
good.
I
Me
so
too.
a couple of episodes, and although they were talking about etiquette, and I only watched it, to be honest, because I believe it or not, this might scare y'all. This is a true story though.
We only got like 3
Etiquette class.
minutes, so y'all
Look,
hurry up.
it's it. I teach etiquette class.
Child. Lord, could you imagine Joy being your etiquette teacher?
Now I would have left
You
the
know
class
what?
immediately.
That's true.
But
So
I really wish
that's why I liked this first season. They was trying
I
to be
didn't really
different.
like the first season, but I like the ladies.
I like
And I feel
Yeah.
bougie
like
black people.
I
I
could
love anything where black people are like really, really rich and really, really bougie.
and they just seemed really down to earth, even though they were
Yeah,
Jack and Jill or whatever they were.
yeah.
Yeah.
They were
The
really
first
down to
I
earth.
was
And
too. I hated when everybody too, like when the whole Candace and Monique thing. It's just
when they
like,
started
child,
watching,
y'all. Ugh.
it got bad, right? Because the
Yeah,
fans make the show
yeah.
bad. Like
Yeah.
Toxic. When
I'm about
people, when people,
not getting groups anymore because the groups are horrible.
when people in groups be like, "I'm gonna stop watching this show if they keep on neck," I'd be like, "Good," and maybe it'll
Stop
get
watching
normal.
it.
It
Well,
would
me
be
and Dee had this
normal again.
conversation. I was like,
Yeah,
why do you watch the show to
yeah,
complain about every scene? You watched every
yes.
scene. You know what happened. So
Right.
you watch the show to complain about every scene because you
But I
definitely
haven't liked Giselle at
not you,
all
D.
throughout the whole thing.
Not your D. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say,
Who
yes, because
I like and don't like,
season
Hold
child.
on.
four was is literally in my top 5 favorite seasons all across the franchise. The season 4 is one of my favorite Housewives seasons,
I know that
especially the reunion.
who I like changes most of the time from one season to another, because I remember specifically going into season 5 saying, probably got a post in one of them Potomac groups where I said there is that nothing that could be told about this story, that between this fight between Candace and Monique, that's gonna make me think it wasn't Candace's fault. I
Yeah.
went into the season believing that, would have bet my whole paycheck, a whole paycheck on it, and by mid-season was like,
Latoya, please
I'm,
stop or you can
I'm
leave.
staining
We're not
for
dogging
Candace.
everything. You're not listening to us. We don't go through and dog every scene. We watch it because we like it. I'm talking about people. We're talking about people who say they don't like the show.
Yeah.
I don't think you're listening to us.
Yeah, we
I
like
don't. I don't know. I
You're
don't.
we
listening
actually
to not
like the show.
understand.
Yeah, we like the show. This is actually right now. This is my favorite franchise. I haven't liked Atlanta in years.
I like Atlanta too.
I'll say for me, my favorite franchise right now is probably Miami and Beverly Hills. Nick and Nick.
I keep hearing a lot of stuff about Miami.
Oh, baby, I keep telling y'all gotta watch it because
I heard
that last
somebody in
episode.
one of those groups said that, why aren't y'all talking about Miami? That is got to be the best house show
It is
on
literally,
I heard that.
because
And
baby, that
somebody
last
told me to
episode.
start from season 3.
No, you don't need to
4.
start from season 1. You need to start from when the reboot started.
4.
Yes.
That's what they told me, is start with a reboot.
4. Start on 4 because the old stuff really don't matter because they got so many new people.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really
that's what somebody
factor
said.
into
I'm
the
telling
situation.
you, I have not watched one episode. I was intrigued when they were on Real Housewives, the Ultimate Girls Trip.
And that girl, stop reading that.
But if you think you're not doing something right.
What I was gonna say, Joy, because that's what was so crazy about Girls Trip, because they put the 2 people on there from Miami that I despise.
Yeah,
I like them on.
I could not I cannot like watch Miami. You ain't gonna like her no more until you
I
start
heard that.
watching.
Yeah, I
Okay,
thought that
y'all,
they
it's
were
7 o'clock. Do you want me to extend Married to Medicine?
No, we got 10 minutes, D. Because we
No, you
pretty
did
much
it for
talked about
7.
everything. We just got it out of order because the
Do you want me
kayak
to?
happened
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
before.
just
extend.
extend it. We'll do
Okay,
it when we get on 20, we can get off. When we get to
okay.
1 hour and 20 minutes, we'll end it. But yes, Miami is so good because baby, that last episode, woo, Gertie told
Wait a
Larsa
minute, but are
up,
we
Why you
finished
didn't
honey.
with
put
the
us on
prom? Wait
Instagram,
a
Joy?
minute.
Not don't put us. You should have put us on Instagram, not
I couldn't. They say you gotta have the link. I tried.
Really? Let me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want you to make it the next time. They said you gotta share the link. I
Okay.
don't
I
know
must
how.
didn't do something right.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't want to share it with Twitter first.
Gotcha.
Now, yes,
Gotcha.
but yes,
Yeah,
Miami, I definitely
that was
suggest.
so. I want you to do the next one.
I don't know
So
if I'm gonna be able to do
please,
it either. But go ahead.
please, y'all go and watch it so that way we can just do a like kind of like an ultimate recap
Yeah,
of Miami the past 3 seasons, and we
I
can just go
have to do
feud by
Miami.
feud.
Maybe I'll start Miami like now when I start break. Maybe I'll do that
Yes,
because
because
I know where I can binge it.
when I tell you, Joy, you gonna come in that group,
I heard that
Demetrio.
it's good. I just haven't watched the episode.
Yes, when I tell, like I said though, the last 2 episodes, whoo, Gertie was tearing Larsa up in Adriana's house, honey. I was like, oh my god, baby,
Really?
Gertie was tearing Larsa up about
Wait a
that
minute.
cancer stuff.
Wait a minute. Let's get off Miami.
Okay,
I do want to mention about Wendy and Dr. Jackie were on Watch What's Happened Live. Wendy shocked me. I wish she had not gone there because I don't think this is xenophobic, but she basically said that NECA's line of conversation is xenophobic.
it is. A lot of people have said that from the Nigerian community. A lot of people have said that from the Nigerian
But
community.
why would it be
I'm
xenophobic?
not from that community, so I can't
Because
really
you would,
give you
the
a
only
real
people that I
answer.
could see arguing that would be Osu people. That's what was strange.
I'm
Because if
not.
you,
I
wait a
don't
minute,
know.
listen, it's saying it's a dislike or prejudice against people from other countries. That's what xenophobic is.
That's not xenophobic. That's not. She don't. Child.
That's what xenophobic means.
I don't know. I have seen that a lot of these group chats from
But I'm like,
Nigerian
I
people.
didn't understand because
I
I
don't know.
think what she was thinking was about religion in that regards, because people
I
do
don't know how to make this work.
use xenophobic in regards to being prejudiced against people in religions.
Well, maybe that's what they mean.
And which is fine. But what's the religion she would be talking against? It would be Osu. If
That's
she was
not.
making
Yeah.
it
I didn't
wouldn't
hear her
be
say that.
the Catholic Church because she's not insinuating that her mother is a good Catholic. She's insinuating that her mother is putting curses as if she's Osu. That's why Wendy is explaining that my mother is a Catholic Lord. She believes in her Lord. That's why she's explaining that. So my thing is, if she would be xenophobic, it wouldn't be against the Catholics. It would be against Osu. I did not understand her saying that.
I don't know. Like I said, I just will say I have heard that and seen that in a lot of groups and on Twitter
It
from
didn't
the
make sense.
Nigerian community. So I don't know. I'm not.
And unless there's another view of this
We already got this.
definition than what it is, that's what xenophobia means. Like you can
I'm,
Google it.
I'm not. I mean, I know.
I don't
I
have to
agree with you,
force
but
feed it.
I don't know. I'm not well vast in this particular just subject like that. Like just to give a comment.
And it's like you're hostile. I'm gonna read the definition. Xenophobia is a hostility toward a strong distrust of people from other cultures. I was like, what's the other culture? Because if she's a Christian and the only other culture would be Osu, right?
Right.
So that's why I didn't understand Wendy's argument. I have seen that on Twitter, but I was surprised that she would jump on that. Since, the professor has to know what that word means. And she was using it wrong. Because it wasn't against the only religion that she was talking against. If that's a religion, it would be whatever she thought Osu was. But anyway, What y'all
Yeah.
think about them switching cars?
Oh,
When
I have that in my notes, y'all. What is
About what?
so
at some
Nika
point,
ended up and Karen, right?
mm-hmm.
Switch cars.
And Mecca, being a good sport, got in that car because she didn't have to do that.
I
With
don't know how
her
Nika
not
works
getting
for
the
her.
only person she don't get along with is in the car.
And child, by the trailer, by the mid-season trailer, child, they ain't gonna never get along, honey.
You don't
Oh,
think so?
I
Did
figured
you
that.
not see the mid-season
I
season
did,
trailer?
but she just walked out. She didn't act like, you know.
But I mean, she was basically saying it. What Wendy said was like, "Oh, so you don't want peace?" And she was like, "No, you don't want peace." And then she got up and walked out. So that means, honey, they didn't make up.
I
Listen,
thought
I'm
they were
trying to
going
make.
to a drag show. That didn't happen.
And I thought they were
Maybe it's
doing that in
later.
Austin.
Maybe it's later on down the line.
But they
So they
didn't even show and I'm trying to figure out how to do this thing and it's not working. Maybe they didn't even show where she was like the line is always moving. And she was like, kiss my butt. And she said, walk away
yes.
and touch
Oh,
your
she
teeth.
said
Oh, they didn't show Ashley
When
versus Candace.
was that?
Maybe it's not yet. Is it? No, that was when
oh, it wasn't when they were talking
it
about
was when Candace had on the pink dress.
yes.
They
Oh
didn't show that.
man.
They didn't
Why
show
did
it, right?
they miss it?
Okay. I was wondering if it was just me.
I forgot about that. Yeah, about it was something about the lawsuit. As a matter
Yeah.
of fact,
Yeah. They definitely got into it. That's probably what happened when they cut the Candace when she was like the bitch at the table is still married to the person I'm
oh
suing. That
yeah,
probably happened and then
yeah,
they went outside.
yeah. Oh wow, good
But they was at
detective
a
work.
totally different table. At that one, they was at a table that was long, and Ashley was on one side, and then Candace was on the other. They were sitting across from each other. The table that they were at was like a round table
Okay,
at Chicken
okay,
Bingo. So
okay.
they had to leave there and go somewhere else.
No, I wasn't talking about chicken bingo. That's not where they had the conversation
But
about.
she
I'm talking.
said that after Chicken Bingo, like the lady who such and such and such and
Oh
such.
yeah. In other
Yeah,
words, those two scenes are related.
yeah, they're
I get
related.
you. I see what you're saying because yeah, because it was when they were talking about the lawsuit. She said something. She said, "I want to see you walk away." Oh, it is a different table. They were outside. I just
Yeah,
thought
I
about.
don't
Yeah,
know.
you're right. Because she said, "I want you to walk away," and she said, "You are not my slave."
Right?
Yes.
What is
No,
that
I am not
scene?
your slave. I am
I
not
want
your.
that scene.
Yeah, and when I heard her say that, I said, "Really? Well, you tried to say she was a concubine, a bed wench,
Y'all
a
are a hot
slave,
mess. I'm about
and
to.
her husband was what was he? The overseer."
Oh,
Candace said all of that about Ashley.
yeah. I don't know how to connect
Well,
the
I
twins.
definitely was always, besides the whole pregnancy thing, I was always Team Candace versus Ashley. So
I like Candace. I know people
just when
think
stuff, I just feel
I
like just
don't,
when
but I
stuff,
do.
I just feel like just when stuff in the past, and I also feel like that's kind of why. Because if you go back to season 3, that's kind of why Candace always came for Ash. Because it's just like Ashley
Mm.
always wants to be the victim, but it's like, girl, you always in everybody else's business,
You know
always
what I
having
think
something to
my
say.
theory is? Because a lot of people feel like Ashley does worse than even Gizelle for real. A
Now
lot
I
of people,
don't know now
there's
because that could
somebody
be
who hates,
argued.
wait a minute, there's this, somebody hates
You want the
Ashley
professional
who
help?
gave a rundown of everything that Ashley did. And when you think about it,
Mhm.
my theory was she was like, how is she able to get on to still be on this show and not get nearly the hate that she really deserves? And I argued, I think that Ashley gets away with a lot of her stuff because Ashley knows how to be humble when it's presented to her. Not when she's angry, but if you come to her with cooler heads, you can straight up have a conversation with her. Think about it like this. I think it was season 3 or 4 when she was dealing with the situation with her mom and her mother. Michael was cutting her off and she
Mm-hmm.
didn't have any money. She had been on Robyn's head for 3 seasons about wine. Somebody asked her one question and it stopped. And they asked it, they weren't angry. I can't even remember who asked, but they asked her, do you think you treat Robyn like this because it's reminiscent of your mother? And she really did kind of step back and say, hold up. I don't know. That's literally how she answered. I don't know. She said,
I get it. Sorry. I got us on Instagram. Go ahead.
You need to deal with your mother situation because your mother isn't Robyn. She knows how, say whatever you want about Ashley. Ashley knows how to receive horrible things about her and not necessarily come back horribly when you're having a straight up conversation to her. She's, in my opinion, is probably more emotionally intelligent than most people at the table. She handles people well. I think that's why Ashley, it's just like, if you think about Ashley started this whole Nika thing.
Ring light.
She did.
And she's able to not get the brunt of the, like, everybody get blamed. Gizelle and them, they got blamed for setting it up behind the scenes, although there's no evidence of it. Like, they've been blaming.
Well, that's for now, because Wendy said she was definitely going to get her at the reunion. So I guess we'll see.
But they won't, but they don't get, but Ashley doesn't get that heat. And I don't think it's about her skin. I think it's about how Ashley deals with situations. Because once you corner her and have a decent conversation with her, she can submit. She can say, I'm sorry. That's the reason why her and Karen can be okay.
I don't know, because Ashley get a lot of heat on Twitter, so.
I'm not saying that she don't get heat. I'm saying she knows how to deal with people once you present something to her in a more, in other words, Ashley is not, she wouldn't do what Gizelle is doing or Ashley is doing or Candace. She ain't gonna, just like Candace will still kick it with Ashley, Ashley will still kick it with Candace. That's not, she's not emotionally bogged down with grudges like that. And if you have that kind of attitude, people tend to be okay with working with you. I say horrible things. You say horrible things. Let's do better. All right, I'm done.
Are we done? Because I've got Instagram to work for Married to Medicine, and I'll show you how to do it next time.
Let's all over the Married to Medicine. I think that's it.
So I'll show you how to do it, Joy. That's why I went off camera, because when I'm thinking and I'm working, I was probably having like 15 chins and all that because I was down in the gutter. So I had to like get off camera for a second.
All right, let's come on. Where are we?
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me do it. Follow us on Chatter Up. All things Chatter Up. We have added a lot of episodes to our podcast. So if you have any type of podcast service, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, what do you do, Joy? YouTube?
I have been doing Google Podcasts, but they finna close, so I just switched over to Spotify.
I do.
But I have YouTube Music.
And YouTube, we're on all of it.
I do iTunes.
You do?
Yeah.
Have you told your friends to subscribe since you on here, D?
Yes.
Yeah, have them. Yeah.
iPhones have the podcast app.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they need to make sure to look for Chatter Up and like
it. Yeah, your friends subscribe, find us. Yeah,
and make sure they like it. Spotify, you can actually watch the video. You can actually see us on Spotify.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's little in the window. I
don't think you can on anyone else, but on Spotify, you can see our video.
Yeah, I watched it on my computer. If you watch it on your computer.
I can do it on my phone, too, my Spotify app. You can watch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When I say I don't have an app on my phone, it's in my
yes, to conclude Potomac though, y'all, and I know a lot of them will agree with me, honey. We need some new girls.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm not getting into that.
So.
I'm not. We're not.
I do think we should lose one, but y'all ain't gonna like who I think we should lose.
I don't think
Wendy. We all know you, Wendy.
Wendy
is very self-produced.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that they would be getting along if Wendy wasn't there, because I do think there is a little bit of truth to Nneka making a comment about, can this girl cry by herself? Can she do anything by herself? She was just like, I did like that when Nneka said that Candace, Wendy is controlling her. She was like, she can't say nothing. She can't cry. Like,
I don't agree with that.
She was kind of talking. It was very do this and you'll get this result. I really do think that if Wendy wasn't there, even Gizelle and Candace could find a way back.
Child,
But
that is
Gizelle is talking
absolutely
to
not
Wendy.
true.
She's talking to Wendy.
She not talking to her, but yeah, she not. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's more into Wendy than
Yeah,
Candace.
even if Wendy wasn't there, baby, now that ain't got nothing to do with Wendy at all. Candace gonna be Candace, child. Candace was doing all
I
that before
agree. I
Wendy
think Candace.
came.
I'm not arguing that. I think Candace would be fine. Wendy
I'm
is the
saying
issue.
what Nika was saying was some bullshit because Candace was
It
doing all
was.
this before
It was.
Wendy came.
I
So
don't think that, but the difference is I think you're missing the point of a
I got it.
no,
I
let
got
me
it.
be crystal clear, because if
Oh Lord, I didn't do our thing.
Candace is gonna be herself, Wendy wants her to do a little better. So she's whispering in her ear, don't do that, don't say that. She's doing what I think a lot of people, when you want your friend to come out looking right. Just like when she picked up that bottle, when that fight, she was about to have a fight, it was Wendy that grabbed the bottle to take it from her.
Well,
You
you know
don't want
Candace
your
wasn't gonna do
friend,
nothing. She couldn't even lift the bottle.
probably not, but I'm just saying she was gonna make sure she wasn't. But my
Okay.
point is, you doing what friends do. You do kind of look out for one another, especially when you got one that's always on her rocker. Because Wendy even had a comment about her. Well, we got to do better, so and so. At the reunion before, that was before Candace had made those comments to Gizelle, though. So even
I
Wendy
don't know. I feel like
recognizes
Wendy's
this
very
goes before.
self-produced, but I think she's okay on the show. I like everybody on Potomac.
She's predictably self-produced.
Yeah.
That's why this is probably her best season, because she's not this season because Aneka won't let her be.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like her.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah.
Nope. Other than
No,
like I
this,
said, we need some new girls.
no.
So
I don't think so. I
I
like
do.
everybody.
Because I want to see Robyn without Giselle, truthfully, but I've been
Why?
saying that for years.
And then if she don't do what you want her to do, what's gonna happen? Because I feel like y'all have
I've
this
said that for years
fairy
though.
tale fantasy of what you think
They
will happen.
want to bully, just like
And
I
then
said
when it
about,
won't
they want to
happen, you're
bully
gonna be
that
mad.
girl. They
Like
want to
you
bully
cannot
her.
predict the future of what you think is
I
gonna
just
happen.
want to see Robyn without Giselle, but I've said that for years. I've said this for years that I would be okay with Robyn without Giselle.
All right, come. What time we need to be in the
Because
I'm
house?
ready.
I feel like that does get. I feel like Robyn does get into unnecessary situations because of Giselle, because that's her friend. She's gonna defend her, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because I'm gonna defend my friends too. I fully get
So
that, but
on all the other shows that you watch, when people who have friends, they don't do that for them.
Yes. Yes.
okay.
I'm just
And who are
asking a
you with?
The
question.
Who are you with?
Garcelle definitely does it for Sutton.
And I know that Erica and all them do it for
And
Kyle, and they do it
Cal do
vice
it for one
versa.
another.
And
Yes,
Teresa and
absolutely.
Jennifer do it for
Did
each
I
other.
say that it was wrong?
But I'm just saying, why is it
Now
only on this
weaponize it
franchise?
against them. Now you want one
I
off the
definitely
show
would like.
because of.
I definitely would. Before Dorit got on that slick racist stuff that she be on, I definitely like Dorit her first few seasons and would like her to get back to that and
I
get some
would
up under
too.
Kyle's butt. So no, we're not gonna use that narrative with me personally.
What I'm just asking, so whose friendship? But there's other friendships that are like that, and you're not trying to see them without the other.
I
I've
Mm-hmm.
just
never
said
heard you say
that.
that about anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I just said that about Dorit. I've always said
But
that
it's
about
not only
Dorit.
Dorit.
I like
Dorit is
Dorit
not
a
under Kyle's
whole.
butt as much as some other people.
I liked Erica before she got some under Cowboy. That's why I said I like Erica this season because it's
But you
giving
ain't never
Erica
said I want to see
Jane.
her without her though. Do you want one of them fired?
Yeah, I've been saying Kyle could have went a long time ago.
But
Kyle
then
could
there's
have
just gonna be
gone.
Dorit and Erica. Then one of them got to get fired because it's gonna happen when you have a
No,
friend.
because I
When
like
you
I
have a
would be
friend
okay
on the
with.
show, you're going
I
to do that for each other.
I
I'm sure
would
the
be okay
Miami girls
with,
do it for each other too.
and I hate that because
But
Alexi and Marshall
but
get
that's
on my
the
nerve. I literally just said
That's
that.
the two that
but
was on Ultimate Girls
Also,
Trip
that's
I
how
last
literally
year.
life
just said
works,
that.
though. I mean,
Yeah, that's
and
to
you
me.
want
That's
people
how
to have
reality
friendships,
TV works. That's
And
why
I
and we
definitely
want
would
girl,
them
like
to
look.
have
Marshall
That's why
without
we all know
Alexi.
what an alliance is.
right.
You grew up knowing what an alliance is because of that. There's always people that comes, in my opinion, with reality TV. As a matter of fact, the alliances usually dictate where you sit on the position
Come on, end
on
the
the
live,
show,
on
on
the
Muncie.
the
show.
reunion.
Muncie,
Yeah,
end the live.
we're ready. But
Yeah,
I
we ready.
mean,
All right.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna say
saying,
because I
D,
like
you
Mark.
got
I
to be
like
more
Mark. I'm gonna say
open-minded, D.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
like
be.
Marcel without Alexia.
But
Absolutely, 100%. But if
okay,
you
y'all
watch
ready?
Miami, you like I said, if you watch Miami, you would understand no one
I
likes
like when there's
Alexia.
friendship, so
So
it doesn't bother me.
literally, no
Especially,
one
and I
likes
like
Alexia.
knowing that they're real. When there's a picture this week, it seems like all the girls except Karen, but that wouldn't be a problem either
Because she
way.
don't hang.
Because
Yeah.
she really don't hang for real. So it wouldn't have been an issue if she wasn't there. But Wendy and Mia wasn't there.
No, Wendy and
And
Candace. Camilla was there.
who did I say?
Mia.
Oh
Wendy
yeah,
and
not me.
Candace
I'm
weren't
sorry. It
there.
was Wendy and Candace that wasn't there. And people were saying, I wonder what they cooking up. They ain't real fans. They faking. They did some kind of gift exchange.
White
And
elephant,
they
yeah.
they had a white elephant. And they had Louis Vuitton and
Right.
yeah, they
Tom
had good gifts.
Ford.
And
I
they're
can't
like, why they
remember.
can't do that with everybody? And I do wonder when I see stuff like that. I wonder, do they at least invite them?
No,
You
No,
don't
I
think
wouldn't.
so?
me neither.
If I
Just like
don't
I
like
would.
you, I'm not inviting you.
Right. I don't think that. Just like I'm sure Candace and Wendy not
Do
inviting them
not invite
nowhere.
them.
People was blaming their picture on Gizelle too.
What?
Yeah, they were saying,
That's why she ain't never gonna leave. Cause the
right.
people
I
was
was like,
she was trending.
it
She
was
was
Giselle's Instagram. It was her.
It's on everybody's. It's on Mia's. It's on Ashley's. It's on Robyn's. It's
Oh,
on
okay.
Heather's. It's on all of
Okay.
them. Okay, but y'all done? Y'all ready?
Yeah, I'm done.
Peace.
Yeah.
Okay.